Rare earth elements are the secret ingredients powering our modern world, from smartphones to fighter jets. They aren't truly rare, but finding them in minimal concentrations is tough, making them precious. Neodymium and samarium are vital for magnets in electronics, defense, and green energy. China dominates the rare earth supply chain, creating a strategic challenge for the US. Rebuilding domestic capacity is now vital for America's security and future. China controls nearly 90% of global rare earth refining, giving it immense leverage over prices and supply. This dominance comes from decades of industrial policy and absorbing environmental costs. The US is trying to catch up, but still relies on China for processing. Australia, Brazil, and India are emerging as new players. The rare earth chessboard is global, and every move matters. The future of technology and security depends on who holds the keys. What if the US sanctioned a rising rare earth supplier like Brazil or India? The result: immediate global shock, tighter supply, and even greater reliance on China. Prices would spike, hurting manufacturers and consumers in the US and its allies. Brazil or India, cut off from the American market, would likely turn to China, deepening Beijing's influence. Sanctioning democratic partners would strain alliances and push them closer to America's main competitor. China would fill the gap, strengthening its grip on the market and weakening US influence. Instead of securing supply, sanctions would create instability, higher costs, and geopolitical friction. The US would damage relationships and empower its rival. A smarter approach: collaborate with emerging suppliers, help them develop responsible industries, and build a diverse, stable supply chain. The goal isn't control, it's resilience. In rare earths, partnership beats punishment every time. Rare earths are everywhere. Your smartphone, headphones, car, and even the lights in your home. They create vibrant screens, powerful magnets, and energy-efficient lighting. Green tech depends on them. Wind turbines and electric vehicles need neodymium and dysprosium magnets for efficiency and power. As we shift to clean energy, demand for these elements will soar. In defense, rare earths are irreplaceable. Fighter jets, missile guidance, and advanced optics all rely on them. The F-35 jet alone uses nearly half a ton of rare earths in its systems. Disruption in supply isn't just about pricier gadgets, it's about military readiness and national security. The same materials that power our entertainment also power our defense. Securing rare earths is a foundation for both prosperity and security. The supply chain is fragile, and any break could have global consequences. That's why rare earths are at the heart of 21st century strategy. Our future depends on keeping this invisible engine running. With Earth's rare earth supply under pressure, some look to the moon for answers. Lunar surveys hint at rare earth deposits, especially in volcanic regions. Mining the moon could break terrestrial supply chains and free the US from foreign dependence. But the challenges are immense. Harsh environment, robotic mining, and on-site processing far beyond today's tech. Legal and ethical questions loom. Who owns lunar resources, and how do we avoid new conflicts in space? The Outer Space Treaty is vague, and the rules for commercial mining are untested. Before the first lunar mine, the world must agree on how to share and govern these resources. For now, lunar mining is a bold vision, not a near-term fix. Mining the moon for rare earths is a distant dream. Trillions in cost, decades in development, and daunting technical hurdles. Lunar dust, radiation, and extreme temperatures make operations risky and expensive. Processing rare earths on the moon would require new, unproven technologies and massive energy. The economics are uncertain. If Earth sources or recycling improve, lunar mining may never pay off. For now, the focus must be on Earth diversify suppliers, rebuild domestic processing, and invest in recycling and substitutes. Space resources are a long-term goal, not a solution to today's crisis. The next 2 decades are about terrestrial action, not lunar dreams. Our security and prosperity depend on what we do here and now. Rare earths are central to America's strategy for security, prosperity, and global leadership. Securing the supply chain protects the nation's technological edge and economic strength. Domestic mining and processing create jobs and revitalize industry, while supporting allies builds a resilient global market. The Department of Defense sees rare earths as a national security priority. Any disruption could impact military readiness. The US is building stockpiles, encouraging domestic production, and partnering with allies to create secure supply chains. The goal: freedom from resource-based coercion and the ability to act independently on the world stage. Every policy, from investment to diplomacy, is a move to secure America's future. Rare earths are a microcosm of 21st century geopolitics, where resources, technology, and power intersect. The US must manage dependencies, build resilience, and innovate to stay ahead. The story of rare earths is the story of America's place in a competitive world. The stakes couldn't be higher. The best path for the US is a pragmatic, multi-pronged strategy. First, diversify supply. Support responsible mining in friendly nations, not punish them. Second, rebuild the entire domestic supply chain from mine to magnet with serious investment. Third, innovate, ramp up recycling, and develop substitutes to reduce dependence. Collaboration, not confrontation, is key. Work with allies, invest at home, and push technology forward. The focus isn't on lunar dreams or trade wars, but on building a resilient, innovative supply chain on Earth. This approach protects the economy, strengthens security, and ensures a stable future. The US can thrive by balancing global partnerships, domestic investment, and relentless innovation. That's how to secure the essential ingredients of the 21st century.